Hey y'all! Welcome to the last and final day of Mobile Home Week. Come on into the room so you can get all of the gems on getting started. All week long, I have been giving y'all so much game about mobile homes, about the process, my own experience, all of that good stuff. But today, we're going to actually put what we talked about into action, and I'm going to be telling y'all how to get started, and if I could do this all over again, what exactly I would have done to get started. So while y'all are coming into the room, y'all know we start every day with a quick recap. So on day one, we talked about the essentials, the 5 things that you need to successfully wholesale mobile homes. So on day one, we talked about one, mindset. You have to have a winning mindset, and you have to go into it knowing like you're going to come through different challenges. You're going to face obstacles, but it doesn't matter because on the other side of that is a great reward. Number 2, you have to know how to deal with people and build relationships. Yes, we are in the real estate, the mobile home industry, but at the end of the day, we can't get anything done without people. So you have to know how to deal with people and build relationships, even when they can be difficult, even when they get on your nerve, even when they're trying to low-key finesse you. Like, you just have to know how to deal with people. Number 3, you need sellers and buyers. So as long as you have inventory, you will always make money. However, you need people to sell your mobile home to. So sellers and buyers are essential. Number 4, you need good negotiation skills. I had to learn this the hard way, just being so thirsty to close a deal. Don't be thirsty to close a deal. Negotiate. Always negotiate. And if you learn how to negotiate effectively, you can increase your margins, aka you can make more money. And then number 5, patience. You need more patience than a little bit. Patience to deal with people and patience to deal with your own process. So remember, I told y'all that it took me 6 months to close my very first deal versus a student that I had in my first cohort of Saturday school in March. It took her less than 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks, y'all. So I don't say that to brag and boast and say how quickly it happened for her after taking my course. But I say that to say that everybody's process is different. However, when you are guided, when you have extra support, when you know what things to avoid and mistakes you really shouldn't make, yes, your process can be expedited. So that was day 1. Now, day 2, we talked about the process. What does it take from start to finish to close your very first mobile home deal? So we talked about 6 different steps on Tuesday, and just to give y'all a quick recap. Number 1, you have to receive an inquiry from a seller. So somebody calling you or texting you saying, hey, so-and-so, I have this mobile home that I want to sell. Number 2, you need to vet the mobile home, meaning you need to check it out. You need to go do your research. You need to go put your eyes on it. You need to ask good questions, because just because somebody has a mobile home for sale, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's worth your time, your energy, and effort to sell it. So you need to vet it. Number 3, you have to agree on a price with the seller and then get them to sign a contract, basically giving you the rights to solely market and promote the mobile home at the same time, because the last thing that you want is multiple people marketing this mobile home, and now you have put so much time, so much energy into really finding them a potential buyer, and then they backdoor you and you don't get any money off of the deal. So that contract is very important. Then number 4, market. Okay? I would say, in wholesaling mobile homes, you are the middleman and you get paid for being the middleman. But most importantly, you are a marketer. You are a marketer. So when somebody hits you up and say, hey, I got this mobile home that I want to sell, it is your job to get accurate information, do your market research, price the mobile home in a good way so that you still leave room for negotiation. And then, like I said, promote it, market it so you can find you a serious buyer, period. So that was number 4. Number 5, you got to show the home. This is probably one of my least favorite parts because it just takes a whole lot of your time. And all mobile homes, you don't necessarily have to show. It just depends on, the situation. But most of the mobile homes that I've dealt with, they were on private land. So I was actually doing the showing of the mobile homes. So you have to show the mobile home because people want to kind of get a feel, get a touch. Because yes, hearing from your mouth like, oh, it doesn't need any major repairs done to it, or it needs just cosmetic work, blah, blah, blah. Yes, all of that stuff is good, but serious buyers, they want to put their eyes on it, and they want to like kind of go around the mobile home to see what it is that they're working with. And then last but not least, negotiate and close the deal. That's it. So day one, we talked about the essentials, the 5 things that it takes to be successful. On day 2, we talked about the process, the 6 things to close your first mobile home deal from top to bottom. Now, if you missed those first 2 days, it is okay. You can go watch the replay on the Responsible Homegirl podcast or on my YouTube channel. But I'm just wanting to give y'all a recap. Day 3, which was yesterday, we talked about overcoming challenges and avoiding 3 major mistakes. So mistake number 1 that you need to avoid, listen carefully to me, forgetting to ask about the title. The title shows ownership, period. You cannot sell something without knowing who the true and real owner is. I mean, you could sell it, but then when it's time for them to transfer the title and get things registered, now you got a whole nother mess that you just really don't want to deal with. And I shared with y'all my story about how I spent weeks promoting and marketing this mobile home just to find out that the people didn't have the title. And not only did they not have the title, but the person who actually owned the mobile home had passed away. And their family did not want to go to probate court. They didn't want to go through all of the trouble and all of the extra stuff to get a duplicate title. So here I am wasting a whole lot of time, but I learned a very valuable lesson. So avoid mistake number 1. Do not forget to ask about the title. Okay? Number 2. Mistake to avoid, not fully communicating what you do in an honest and transparent way. So when you are talking to your sellers, it is your responsibility to tell your sellers what it is that you do, tell them about your process and how you get paid. They don't have to know how much you get paid, but they need to know that you are getting paid by way of the value that you are adding to them by helping them sell their mobile home without no headaches, no stress, no nothing, and finding them a buyer. They can actually sell their mobile home on their own. They can get another wholesaler to sell their mobile home. So it is your job to articulate why they need you. Okay? And not only that, you just want to be honest and transparent, because most of the time when we market and promote these mobile homes, you'll see the mobile homes like on the Facebook Marketplace and just all over. And I will never forget, like my first deal. The woman who was selling me her mobile home, or wanted to sell her mobile home, I think she was asking me like maybe for $5,000. And I was marketing the mobile home on the Facebook Marketplace for like $12,000 or $13,000, something like that. And I will never forget, she slid in my DMs. She was like, hey, can you give me a call, please? And I was so scared. I was like, oh my gosh, like, I wonder if she gonna think that, I'm getting more money than her or blah, blah, blah. Just all of these thoughts was going through my mind. But anyways, I called her and she wasn't concerned about nothing dealing with the price. But in order to take off like just all of that unnecessary stress, in the beginning, I should have told her what was up. I should have told her how I get paid, what it is that I do, and how I add value to her. So please do not forget to be transparent and honest with your sellers about wholesaling and how you get paid. At the end of the day, they can either choose to work with you or they can choose not to work with you. And just being real, I don't want to work with anybody who does not want to work with me. I don't want to work with anybody who does not feel that I should get paid for the value that I add to this equation. Period. Number 3, avoid this major mistake, using only one strategy to build up your inventory. So in the beginning of my process, I was only doing bandit signs. So only having one strategy, it kind of limits you a little bit. So at Saturday School, we're going to talk about different strategies that you can use so that you are constantly putting people in your pipeline to sell their mobile home. Because like I said before, as long as you have inventory, you will make money. So really the name of the game is getting up that inventory, building up that inventory, and then selling the mobile homes to, potential buyers, building up that buyers list, negotiating and closing the deal. So that was mobile home week so far. Pump some hearts if you got some gems today, all of this week, because y'all, I was sharing a whole lot of secrets. But guess what? I got more at Saturday School on June 4th. Like I said, on day 1, we talked about the essentials. On day 2, we talked about the process. And on day 3, we talked about overcoming challenges and avoiding 3 major mistakes. And if you missed any of those days that I was going live about those specific topics, please feel free to go to either the Responsible Homegirl podcast or my YouTube channel, and the replay is there. So now, on to today. Getting started. I done gave y'all all of this, good information. Now, how can we make this practical? What do you actually need to get started? Now, if I were you, and I'm just giving you my own personal advice because I can only speak from my experience, the first place that you need to start is investing in your self-education. Period. Investing in your self-education. So there is plenty of resources on YouTube. There's plenty of podcasts. There are plenty of blog posts, just all different sorts of stuff about mobile home investing and wholesaling mobile homes. So start there. Consume as much information as you can about the process. But more importantly, I would invest not just my time and energy, because yes, that's good, but I will also invest my money into my self-education. And the reason why is because you are paying for somebody else's insight and their experience and their mistakes. So you're paying for their insight, their experiences, and their mistakes. So what does that automatically tell you? If I am paying for somebody's insight, experience, and mistakes, I am going to automatically avoid some of the things that they went through because they're going to share it when they teach this class, this workshop, or whatever, aka me. So like I told y'all before, it took me 6 months to close my very first deal, but one of my students, it took her less than 2 weeks. Now, do I want to take all of the credit, like, oh, I'm the reason why she closed her deal in less than 2 weeks? Absolutely not, because it takes a level of work ethic, a level of discipline, and follow up. I follow up with each one of my students, and on Saturday, she had already had her bandit signs. And I'm talking about on March 19th. The class was like from 12 to 2:30. I checked on them later on, and she was like, oh yeah, I ordered my bandit signs. So sis was literally on it. She wanted it bad. So your work ethic, what are you willing to do to close the deal? Right? But if you can avoid some of the mistakes that I talked about, like one of the ones that I always bring up is making sure to ask about the title, then you don't have to hit some of the roadblocks and go through some of the same things that I went through. So invest in your self-education so you can speed up your process. But also, I would say learn from other people, because it's nothing wrong with getting insight and information from other sources. Even me, I'm in this wholesaling game and I'm always investing in myself. I'm always learning. Like, I literally just invested in a course probably about 2 weeks ago, another wholesaling course, because I understand that although I've been doing this a little over a year, I don't know everything that I need to know. People that have been doing this 10 years, 12 years, oh baby, they got the game. And if I can pay $200 for like a 2-day workshop or whatever, oh, absolutely, I'm going to do it. So I want to just create a space, aka Saturday School, where y'all can come to learn how to wholesale mobile homes, get access to me to help you close your very first deal, and you get involved in a community who can motivate you, push you, and hold you accountable. Because y'all all know, and I'm pretty sure everybody on this live have been guilty of starting a thing but not finishing a thing. And I just believe that finishers are better than starters. Now, I'm not saying continue to do the things that don't serve you. Absolutely not. However, sometimes we start stuff and because of our procrastination, our laziness, let's just be real about it, we stop because we realize something is harder than what it actually is. And I'm not telling you that mobile home wholesaling is easy, because it's not necessarily easy, but it is simple. And it is a great way to make extra money and help people. I want y'all to just imagine earning an extra $3,000 a month, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 plus, because you can close multiple deals in a month. So I really want you to think about why it is that you want to do this, why wholesaling, why investing in real estate, and then, get your journey started. number one, hands down, is investing in your self-education. Investing your time and your coin into your self-education. So I want to take y'all through the Saturday School website really quickly, just to give y'all some insight. I'm going to turn my camera around and take y'all through this just in case anybody have any questions as we are going through. So Saturday School is a virtual workshop. It's going to be on June 4th at 12 p.m. There is no stop time. Like I say, I give my all and everything to my students who are in my class. We have it like literally broken down to the T. And it's no such thing as, oh, we're going to wait to the end and ask questions. No, you are asking me questions. You are picking my brain. You are doing everything actually throughout the workshop. It is a workshop. So we are working while I am teaching. So Saturday School is the number one live workshop for young adults who want to begin their mobile home investing journey by learning to wholesale first. So wholesaling is not the end all be all, because in my personal opinion, wholesaling is honestly like a whole nother job. So I envision myself owning mobile home parks, having investment properties, doing all of these great things. But the reason why I believe you should wholesale first or learn to wholesale first is because it is a great way to start with not a whole lot of capital, and you get to get your feet wet before investing thousands of dollars into this without even really knowing a whole lot about the industry. Sometimes we invest money into stuff just to find out that we don't like it. And it is harder to show up for a thing that you don't like. It is hard to show up for a thing that you don't like. And you have to show up, especially for your investments. So definitely learn how to wholesale first. The class will be taught by me, your responsible homegirl. During the workshop, you will learn how to, one, successfully wholesale mobile homes from start to finish. You will generate at least 4 figures from a product you don't own. So just imagine making money from something that is not yours. That is not yours. But like I said, as a wholesaler, you are the marketer and you are the middleman. So you provide so much value to the seller and the buyer. Without you, like, yes, the deal could get done, but you're taking stress from the seller and you're definitely helping out the buyer because they are actively in the field looking for a mobile home. Number 3, you will learn how to acquire mobile homes worth wholesaling and market the homes to potential buyers. So I really want y'all to pay attention to this. Acquire mobile homes worth wholesaling. Y'all, we're not dealing with no trash. Just because somebody hits you up and say, oh, I got a mobile home for sale, that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to take your time selling it. Sometimes you will realize that some of these sellers, they just want the mobile home off of their land. And yes, we can help them do that, but is it kind of measuring up to our standards? We can't help everybody, and that's going to save you a whole lot of time, energy, and a whole lot of headaches. And I had to learn that the hard way. Last but not least, you're going to learn how to overcome challenges with the process and close deals anywhere around the U.S. So I don't care if you live in New York City. Baby, if you got a car, you can drive an hour. I'm pretty sure you can find a mobile home. Or now there's this new thing in the wholesaling market called virtual wholesaling. And we're going to get into that with Saturday School too. I'm actually about to JV a deal very soon that's in Georgia. So we're going to talk about Saturday School and how you don't have to limit yourself, or in Saturday School, how you don't have to limit yourself to just the state that you live in. And, help people and get this money all across the state or all across the country. So next. Come on, computer. Okay, boom. So in addition to all of that, you're going to get access to the Homegirls Who Wholesale for free. That is for free 3 months. That is our exclusive Facebook community of other mobile home investors. So in that community, we basically catch up with each other, have monthly check-ins on Zoom. We talk about what it is that we got going on, what we're struggling with, all of that good stuff. You get help closing your first deal. You get ongoing support, motivation, and accountability through your process, which is super important. And like I said, monthly check-ins to ask questions and learn from others who are closing deals. So I put a screenshot here of us just talking in the group. Y'all can kind of look at this in your own time. I want to point out this student highlight. So one of the main takeaways that I got from this is she said, not even 2 weeks later, I have results. Not even 2 weeks later, I have results. So less than 2 weeks after taking Saturday school, sis closed her very first deal. And the first time around, y'all, Saturday school was $97. And she made 4 figures off of her first deal. $97. And she made 4 figures. This time around, Saturday school is $397. But still, that is nothing compared to what you will make off your first deal and learning a skill that will literally pay you forever. Literally pay you forever. So I'm going to just read a couple of reviews of what other students have said about Saturday school. So she said, listen, this class was definitely worth every dime and 3.5 hours of my time. Your material was very well lined up with your presentation, and you taught at a great pacing, answering all questions along the way. I appreciate you passing it forward, the knowledge. I'm so eager to put forth what I've learned and start making this money. Can't wait to be able to share with you my first closing from the gems you gave me on today. She said, I really enjoyed Saturday school. You explained everything so well and didn't make the information overwhelming. Exactly. We don't want nothing to be overwhelming, y'all, because wholesaling is honestly very, very, very simple. I am excited for what the future has ahead after taking your course. This person said, girl, if you do not charge more for this class next time, that was it. So much information and value. You did a great job. Thank you. And, I took sis advice because I realized $97 was honestly pennies for the value that I gave them and for the ongoing support and accountability that I gave them. Like, y'all spend $97. Y'all really probably spend more than $97 on stuff that you got in your closet. So that's just that. What others said, I'm going to read a few more. Class was so well organized. I love how you clearly answered questions even when they weren't asked before you went over that specific material. The repetition helped me really get a better understanding. I always say things over and over and over again because this is new. So as Saturday school is new, I want to really beat in your head these things that I've learned to help you in your process. So when you actually get out in the field, you're like, okay, I remember Keith saying this. Let me avoid this. But anyway, she said the presentation was on point. Showing us some of your actual case studies and seeing real numbers was the icing on the cake. That's another thing that I do in Saturday school. I give y'all the real behind the deals that I close and the numbers. Now, I'm not going to share all of that stuff on social media because why? I don't need everybody counting my pockets. But the people in Saturday school, it is essential that you know the numbers that we're working with so you can know once you start your wholesaling journey and actually, get in the field. Like I said, your realness is just so refreshing. So many people will sugarcoat their journey when they know they hit bumps along the way. Thank you again so much for the class, and I'm excited to keep working and close this first deal in 3 months. Period. Sis said, big thanks for offering the course. I've been wanting to get into mobile homes for quite a while now, but didn't know how or where to begin. If you can identify with that, I want you to pump some hearts in the chat. Put something in the comment box if you've been wanting to wholesale mobile homes for a while, but you just don't know where to begin or don't know where to start. Let me know in the comments. The way you went through the class was great. Thank you for all the gems you gave us. Class was definitely well worth the money, plus more. Can't wait to close deals and sell these homes. Thanks again, girly. Saturday school was definitely amazing. Definitely worth it. So I just want to end with, that was it for that. But I just want to end with, Saturday school is a great place for you to come and learn how to earn thousands off of a product that you don't own. So no more excuses, no more procrastination, no more saying, I want to do this, I want to do that, but not taking no action. If you really want to do it, I need you to go to homegirlswhowholesale.com and secure your spot. So the first time around, I only allowed 20 students into Saturday school because I didn't want to just have too many students and not be able to give people the attention that they needed. 15 of those slots were filled up. 15 out of 20. This time around, I am offering 30 slots because now that I've gotten some results, I got some people that can also help me. Some people that can also help me in Homegirls Who Wholesale with answering questions because my girls, they know what they're doing for real. So now I am opening up 30 slots, and I am 100% confident that those 30 slots, every single last one of them will sell out. So if you are interested and you are seriously wanting to wholesale mobile homes and start your journey, I would suggest that you go and secure your spot today. Register for Saturday school. Go to homegirlswhowholesale.com and secure your spot. And I'm actually going to pin it in the comments so y'all can have it. homegirlswhowholesale.com and register for Saturday school. Because this is the last and final day of Mobile Home Week, I'm going to give y'all something as well. If you are interested in coming to Saturday school, I have a promo code for you. 2 promo codes, actually. You can just choose whichever one you want, and I'm going to comment them in the chat below. Use these promo codes for some money off. After I put them there, screenshot it. Use these promo codes. Promo code TATA, either TATA or Shawana, SHAWANA, for some money off of your registration fee. So now that's all I have about getting started and really taking off and starting this wholesaling journey. Does anybody have any questions about getting started? Any questions about Saturday school? Any questions about previous things that I've talked about on day 1, day 2, or day 3? Day 1, I talked about the essentials. So 5 things that you need to successfully wholesale. Day 2, I talked about the process. So 6 steps to close your very first mobile home deal. Day 3, I talked about overcoming challenges. So 3 major mistakes that you need to avoid. And then day 4, which is our last and final day. I'm actually pretty sad because I love doing this. But day 4, we talked about, what we talked about today? Oh, getting started. So does anybody have any questions? No questions, a dumb question. I want to be a resource to you. And I know sometimes investing in yourself, especially if you're not used to it, you can be a little hesitant at first. But I want you to know that what you are putting your money into is good ground to sow in, and you will earn it back plus way more. And I'm going to be with you along the process every step of the way. Now, I did tell my girls in Saturday school the first time, I'm not a babysitter. I am that coach that's going to give you the tough love, that's going to hold you accountable, that's going to make sure that you are a woman or a man of your word. I'm going to help you get results. At the same time, I need you to come to the table showing up ready to work. So if you have a heart to help people and you really want to start this wholesaling journey, I want to see you at Saturday school on June 4th. You can go to homegirlswhowholesale.com. So does anybody have any last minute questions before we end our last and final day of Mobile Home Week? This was so fun. I got my notes right here because y'all know I will talk y'all head off. I am a talker. Any questions? Any questions about my journey? Mobile homes that I've had to wholesale? Anything. I am a wide open book. We are perfect on time today. So if there's not any other questions, that is totally okay. Feel free to DM me if questions come up later, because y'all know I respond to all DMs. Let's see. Will you have any other Saturday classes after June 4th? Yes, I will. So the last Saturday school, they're just not every month because, like I say, I dedicate a lot of time and attention to my students in class. So I don't want to do it on a monthly basis. So the next Saturday school, if this was in June, July, August, so the next one may be either in August or September, depending on my students. I'm hopeful I can make it, but I may not be able to due to a previous engagement. That's okay. I will say that Saturday school is recorded. So you can register just to secure your spot if you want to just begin learning how to wholesale rewatch the replay, pick up the phone, call me, text me, any of that. But I do understand if you would prefer to be in the live workshop and be kind of going through it and have your undivided attention. So, yeah, just do what works best for you. But thank you for rocking with me all week, because I saw you was with me every single day, and I appreciate that. You're welcome. Does anybody else have any questions? Yes, Saturday school is recorded. All of my students get the replay. And yeah. Y'all, let's get into this slick back, though. My slick back is so nice. So nice. And it's crazy because my slick backs, they usually be real humpy. But I did a little trick today. So I conditioned my hair. And I know this is so off topic, but I just got to tell y'all because I'm just so proud of it. So I conditioned my hair just to like detangle a little bit. I didn't wash it because I literally just washed my hair. So I detangled it and then I blow dried it. So I blow dried it so it was easier for me to lay down. And baby, the slick back is slick, honey. It is slick. It is slick. I look good. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me.